And I'm going to start with Brody Glidden, Director of Summer Programming, to talk about Summer for Success in College Edge.
Good morning, everyone. So just really quick, a quick show of hands of who has had a student in the past attend either a Summer for Success or a College Edge program. So a couple. I know a lot of people already kind of pulled me to the side and wanted to learn a little bit more about it. So hopefully there'll be a lot more show of hands in the future of people that have sent students to Summer for Success or the College Edge. But really quickly, Ashley will be coming up and talking about Navigator Prep. It's really important to know the difference of like a Navigator Prep and a summer program. So Navigator Prep is very much more one-on-one, working with the student individually and their families. Summer for Success, the College Edge, our summer programming programs are very group-oriented, introducing them to the environment in a low-risk environment, right? We're there to help them and kind of support them through, not spending $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 for tuition to figure out if it's a test run and that is a good fit for them. So again, a low-risk environment for us to kind of intervene and really help them through the situation. So the first program I want to talk a little bit about is Summer for Success. Summer for Success is for high school sophomores and juniors. This year's a little different because we are going through a transition of adding the College Edge. And so the age groups and the grades that we'll be offering this program to are changing this year. So sophomores and juniors, the program does happen in July. We've officially gone into August. It's always been a July program, but the academic calendar has officially pushed us into August. So this program really is all about showing students academics, living in the residence halls, independent living. They work with learning specialists on executive functioning skills, time management, how to prioritize their assignments, breaking things down into smaller pieces, all of that stuff. We also do a lot of programming, tons of programming in the evening. We also have social clubs, socializing galore. There's so much of it. If you know the high school relationships that happen at school, it also follows them to the summer program. So lots of relationships very quickly that we have to maneuver, which is why we add new independent living skills around mastering college relationships, whether it's friendships or romantic relationships, which we'll talk about as well. Summer for Success this year will have 150 students in the program. Last year we went above 150, we were just at about 165, and we quickly realized that the number, while the need is there and we get the people that want to do it, the more people, it is more difficult to manage the classrooms and to really follow through with our mission and what we want to do. And we want to make it a more personalized and high-touch program, and so we are dropping it to 150 students this year. So there's three different academic tracks in the summer program. All of them in the summer program are doing the same thing, but again, three different academic tracks. They all separate. So majority of the students, 100 of them, will be doing the exploration track. Exploration is all about exploring different programs and different majors and different interests. So students choose 3 different elective style courses for 50 minutes. They rotate through them. This year we really revamped all of our course offerings. Tiffany will be teaching artificial intelligence course. William's doing foundations of sign language. A lot of different courses that are high interest. Our students love technology, right? Web and digital media design, intro to videography. They do different things like that, and so those are all different courses. We offer 8 or 9 different classes every block, so it is elective style. They're exploring different areas and they're choosing their electives. A couple of years ago, we introduced our imagination track, which is all things Disney. Obviously, Central Florida, Orlando, why not use that opportunity? So one of our faculty members created this course. The curriculum is already predetermined around Disney. However, all of the same skills that we're working on, writing, reading, math, critical thinking, they're all embedded into the curriculum so we can assess students. So it's same in the exploration. All of those courses, the curriculum is created, but we're able to evaluate students around skills, around writing, reading, math, all of those type of things, executive functioning. That track also goes to all 4 of the Disney theme parks throughout their time for their academics. So they'll visit each Disney park one time, and they are not necessarily there for fun. While yes, they go on some rides, they have a little bit of fun, and we really believe in the multimodal approach to learning. So some students are going to learn better by being in the classroom, seeing a presentation, while other students are going to learn much better by being in the environment and seeing it, interacting with the cast members. We have a great relationship with them. And then last year, or two years ago, we introduced our Illumination track, which is Disney plus more. Orlando is the hub of tourism and escapism, right? Everybody comes to Orlando to escape reality. And so we wanted to tap into that a little bit. So it is Disney, but there's also Universal Studios, Medieval Times, the Orlando Zoo, a lot of different areas that people come to Orlando to really, again, escape that reality. So the students go to all 4 Disney parks, they go to Universal, same type of curriculum, but a little different and customized to the overall Orlando area. This is very hospitality tourism-esque, event management, those type of things. So those are the 3 different tracks. Within all of these tracks, every student in the summer program, to allow us a little bit more of academic data, take the AccuPlacer test. So every student this year will take the College Board AccuPlacer test in reading. So it allows us to evaluate their reading levels and provide feedback or different areas that they can continue to enhance and work on in the next academic year around their reading skills. It's really cool. Last year, we had a student that did it the year before and this last year, and you could see the tremendous growth in their AccuPlacer testing from the year before to this year. So starting to work, so we'll continue doing that. So outside of the academics, all the students will choose 2 different independent living workshops to participate in for the first week and the second week. The third week is when they work on their AccuPlacer testing. So there's going to be some prep courses or prep workshops for them to work on their readiness around the AccuPlacer test. But all students do take 2 of our now 6 different workshops that we offer, and I'm sure that we're going to continue to add more in there. So these are all very basic independent living skills, whether they go off to college or not. No matter what, these are independent living skills that are really great for them to work on. They're all curriculum-based and skill-based, so we're able to see their growth. Definitely financial management, for some reason, is always the favorite. Everybody loves that one. I don't know if parents are pushing them to do it, but that is one of the favorite ones. Last year, we introduced Mastering College Relationships because we saw that a lot of students were struggling with understanding boundaries. How do you set boundaries? How do you react when a boundary is set with you? And so that course is really all about setting social boundaries. Everybody also does a club, so in the afternoon for an hour, everybody socializes, and that's all it is. We have staff at all of these different courses and stuff to intervene, especially when there's something that doesn't seem age appropriate. That's the best part about all of our programs that are on campus, is that we intervene in the moment rather than waiting until the end in the report, because now, what is that going to do for us? We're not able to see if there's a change if we're not intervening in the current moment. So living on campus, all of our summer programs are residential, so they live on campus. Everybody has their own bedroom. So we're really fortunate at Beacon, we're suite style. So at the end of the night, they close their bedroom door and they're the only one in that room. However, almost like a little apartment or a suite, they share a living room with 3 or 4 other students. This allows students to really have their own decompressed time, but also the opportunity to socialize in their little pods versus their floor, versus the entire program. So there's different layers of socializing, which I think is really important. We separate them by gender identity and how they identify in our traditional residence halls. And then we do have a huge amount of staff, which I'll talk about our wraparound support model. But we have interns on every floor. I live on campus for the summer program. It's a lot of staff because we understand we're working with high school students. They're younger. We want to make sure that we're there, we're visible, we're seeing everybody, room checks every night, all of those type of things. Evening and weekend programming, I think it's really important to offer lots of social choice. So our students really have a lot of different interests, And so we really tap into that when we're offering our evening programs and our weekend trips, our weekend programs, and all of that. Every night, there's at least 4 different programs going on. There's always an athletic event. There's always a quieter event, whether it's board games or puzzles or mystery events. There's always some fun happening in our Summer for Success tent, whether it's a balloon artist coming in, a DJ. Ron, how many events in the summer program are you there for? A lot. So there's always something big happening, but we also understand that students don't like big, loud, in-your-face events, so we need to provide alternatives for them to be successful as well. Early in the program, you'll see a lot of students that like to just reserve themselves and they're in their room. And we understand that that's a transition. So we're gonna give them that time and then we're gonna intervene and we're gonna say, well, I challenge you to go to an activity for 30 minutes tonight. That's awesome, 30 minutes is a win for us. Then it's gonna continue on and continue on. So those are all important things. Weekend trips, again, same thing, always the major theme park. It's the big hit. But then we also offer quieter on-campus events, maybe going kayaking or on a nature walk, different things like that. Oh, and the senior prom boat cruise. Everybody always looks forward to that. We have a lot of returning students because they hear about the prom boat cruise and they always come back for that. Our wraparound support model, we have a lot of different layers. Our program administrators, which is comprised of me, all of our academic coordinators, our residence hall coordinators, our wonderful health and medical staff. A lot of medications are being taken and we take over all medication. No student has their own. So it's a lot. Our health staff is huge for that specific reason. And I guess not huge, they're small, but mighty. They do a lot and there's only 5 of them. Our academics are majority taught by our full-time Beacon College staff or faculty. So they do teach in the program. They are the professionals. They work with our students all year, every year. And so it's really great for them. It's an option for them. They buy into it, which I think is a testament of our school and the faculty that work in the program. They want to continue working because they get to see these students in a year or 2 come back to the college and they see their growth from when they were a sophomore in high school to a freshman at the college. And then we hire a lot of interns. So these interns are students that are in college, other places, that want to go into special education, that want to be teachers, different things like that. They want the real experience of being in the classroom, not necessarily teaching, but assisting and kind of seeing different methods and different ways that they are teaching, how they're intervening, accommodating, all of those things. So last year we had 65 staff for 165 students, so it's a really good ratio of 3 to 4 students to every 1 staff member. At the end of the program, all of those different areas, academics, independent living, social, open learning, all of it is evaluated throughout the entire program. We pull a lot of reports and then we get to sit down and write individual assessment reports on each student that we supply to the parents. The parents then send off to high school counselors, they send it off to education consultants, all of that type of stuff. And it really dives deep into the student's executive functioning, social skills, academic readiness, emotional regulation, all of the different areas that we think are really important in the overall transition. So we really dive deep into that. At the conclusion of the program, a lot of students are offered early application to the college if they're successfully complete the program and we feel that they are on track to being college ready. So that's always a really big perk of the program. And then I get to have a lot of follow-up meetings. After the reports go out, a lot of families want to dive deeper into it and give specific examples. It's one of my favorite things is to hear the parents on the calls of, that is a different student. The one that I dropped off at the beginning of July was a completely different student that I picked up at the end of the month, mainly around independence. That is the biggest thing, independence and confidence. So the application process for the summer program is an online application, documented learning difference, 2 letters of recommendation, as well as an official high school transcript. Whenever we get all of that, I then get to meet with every single family. Probably one of my most favorite parts of my job is meeting with every single family. We do it obviously virtual and then get to see them in person. It's really an awesome experience to be able to see them. While the admission side, it's just the student in the interview, all of our transition programs are family-centered. And so we want to meet with the families. We want the buy-in. We want to make sure that the family is also on board for this, because it's a really big, not only financial investment, but I don't want a student to just come and then kind of drop off the face of the earth after a summer program. I want to make sure that they're continuing and that they are on track to be ready for college. The college edge. So Justin and Cooper, although they were very mean to me while they were on the stage last night, we introduced the college edge last year. There's a few different reasons that we did the program. For me, one reason that I really enjoy it is that this program, we started seeing a big divide in the ages at the summer program. So the younger students that are sophomores and juniors, and then the seniors that just graduated high school, they're a little more mature. They wanted a little bit more independence. They wanted a different level of academics. And so we really started doing this. We also saw a huge uptick of transfer students at Beacon. And so we wanted to provide a different experience for these students in the summer. So the college edge is for high school seniors, the current ones that are going to graduate, gap year or transfer students, college freshmen with under 30 credits, so in the age of 18 to 22. So these are our young adults that just graduated high school or recently. This program is all about, we have 3 different days of workshops, and then we go into mock college. So this is real college with a little less support than in the Summer for Success program, but still there to support them through it. But you're getting ready to go to college, now we're going to throw you into it and do a test run. And so that's what this program is designed to do. So there's 3 different workshop days. One is all about executive functioning. One is about critical thinking, writing, and reading, and then social integration and well-being. These courses are taught by experts in the field, so our mental health counselors are doing the social integration well-being. Alex did executive functioning last year, and then our reading and writing faculty do the other one. And so they come in, they do surveys and self-assessments and self-discovery activities. Then they do some type of lectures or different activities, and then it's putting it into play. So the afternoon is all about giving experiential learning opportunities to take what they just learned in their spaces, and now what did you retain and how are you going to put it to action? So we were able to see that a lot last year. In the evening times, we would always plan an activity that had something to do with what they just learned in the class, which is awesome. But are we able to take it rather than just waiting a couple hours? If we can teach them 3 days of workshops, are they able to retain and put those skills that they just developed into play for 4 consecutive days of real college experience? So in the 4 days of classes, every student will take 3 courses. So 3 classes for 4 days. We really wanted to focus on creating a general education type of feel. Every student, no matter what college they go to, have the general education requirements that they need to take. And so we developed these 3 different courses around what the usual general elective or general education courses look like. So a STEM course, a social sciences, and then a humanities course. So these are 1.5 hour long classes for 4 days. They get homework, they have quizzes, they have projects, all of the different things. We'll offer open learning for them to work on their assignments, work on how do you break a bigger project up into smaller pieces, all of those type of things. Living is very similar, the same way. Every student will have their own room. We think that's very important to allow them their own space. Every evening, we'll offer social options based on their interests. But it's also really important is that there will be homework, there will be assignments that they need to complete, and this is going to be an opportunity for us to intervene in the moment. So they have to choose, am I going to go to the bowling alley tonight, or am I going to work on my project that's due for tomorrow? And we can allow that conversation to be had, and we can help them with those type of things. These social opportunities are age appropriate, which is important, right? The summer program is younger things. These are, last year we took them to a paint and sip night. We took them bowling. We did an escape room. We did things that our current college students are doing. So I work really closely with our director of student experience, and I'm like, give me your activity calendar and I'm gonna mock that same thing because I wanna provide them what a real college experience and activities are going to be like. So it's all about being age appropriate with these. And then our college living labs, similar to the independent living skills, but the college living labs are more introduction to college. So living with roommates, understanding college regulations and rules. What is Title IX? How can Title IX really screw up my entire college experience? Really making sure that when they're ready to enter college at Beacon or wherever it is, that they're ready for these type of experiences. Dating and parties. I wish I learned about that before I went to college. So I'm like going back to my experience of what can we do that is really going to help them in the next month or two, because that's how much time is in between this program and when they go to college. It's very similar at the end of the program, an evaluation is written. These ones are a little more quick in response because we only have a month and a half from when this program ends to when they're entering their college experience. So we're having really hard conversations. Last year we counseled some students out of going to college because they were not ready. And so it's much harder conversations, and we have to have them very quickly. So it's very similar, the same way. And then the application process is also the same. So the application, documents, interview with me. The interview might be a little different depending if they're a current college student. It might just be me and the student because they are a little older. It's really case by case. Awesome. Questions? Yeah.
Summer for Success, in September, the students are going into 10th or 11th?
Currently, this academic year. So if it's your sophomores and your juniors right now, this academic year.
Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of management for both programs, I know Summer for Success, they're being managed by the staff. How about College Edge?
College Edge, they will have their own medication, but there will be... Oh, sorry, yes. So the first question was the grade. So it's their current grade that they are in right now in this academic year. The second question was about medication management. So Summer for Success, we take over all medications. And we distribute at every meal, whatever time they need to do, and all of that. College Edge, it is self-administered, so they do their own. It is optional. We will have medical staff that if families are like, no, not quite there, we will still do it, but we're really pushing that independence. So we want them to do it, and we will have our checkpoints of following up and making sure that medication is being taken. In the back.
Do you have a system to get kids from the airport here, or would they be doing that on their own?
Yeah, so when arrival, we really encourage at least one family member to come. We all understand that not everybody can do it, so we do a lot of live stream orientations, but we do have systems in place to get students to shuttle from the airport to campus, and then a huge portion of our students actually shuttle to the airport and fly home alone. Almost like a final project of being independent for 3 weeks, and this is your opportunity to maneuver the craziness of Orlando Airport. We also have staff that walk them all the way through security to their gates and everything at the airport if they're not comfortable with the airport.
Over the past 2 days, we've been getting wonderful, wonderful information. I don't hear anything about teaching them tech tools that can help them. Is that part of something that just hasn't come up?
The question was about teaching technology. So we, at our college, we do have an assistive technology specialist that will meet with students if they would like to. What I have found in our summer programs is it's so quick that half of the work about teaching technology is just getting comfortable with it and then implementing it. So it takes too long. We do recommend you'll see in your binders, summer recommendation or navigator prep. We recommended a little more there. About taking it and trying different forms of assistive technology for a year prior to going to college. Yeah, because what I found with like speech to text, text to speech, if students have a language disorder or if they are struggling, they get so frustrated so quickly that they give up on it. So we try to have them practice prior to college. You're welcome.
In all of the binders, there is a sample evaluation report that the families get at the end of the program. So there's one for Summer for Success and College Edge in there.
Hi, so earlier you talked about having the students have an authentic assessment and really being aware of the modifications that they're getting in the classroom and how much one-on-one support, which is the #1 strategy that the kids in high school say that they use. how, do you have any tools or methods to help students come to that authentic assessment of how much support they're getting in their school? Because I think if they had that, they might choose a summer program like Beacon instead of University of Michigan.
Sure,
Right?
sure.
So, can you help us
Yeah.
in helping the kids see that without being cruel?
So the question is, do we have tools to support building awareness? You'll hear a lot about it from Ashley Melito and Navigator Prep. We do have on our website, and maybe we'll email everybody the resource list. We have surveys, assessments, all free for you to start utilizing, absolutely. But that is a huge part of Navigator Prep, which you'll hear about.
Yeah, are there scholarships available, and you know if the Department of Rehabilitation paid for something like this?
Yeah, the question was about scholarship, financial assistance, all of that. We do have a scholarship form. Ashley and I review all scholarship requests for any of our transition programs, and we make decisions on that. And then also families have been paid by Voc Rehab, or all of those type of organizations have been paid for as well.
Get in early.
Yes, scholarship funds deplete very quickly.
Is there a parent component to Summer for Success specifically?
Yes, so prior to the program, the 4 weeks prior, we do every week we do a parent-family orientation. So it's broken down into 4 different areas where we do a live stream orientation to prepare them. There isn't anything specific for the parents. The only thing that have more of a parent and student interaction is the student-family experience agreement that they do. So they kind of set personal goals. It allows us to kind of hold them accountable. If we're struggling with a student being participating appropriately or doing what they should be doing, we use that as a talking tool as well.
All
I will
right.
be around after if there's more specific questions for Summer.
Great. Thank you, Brody.